All right.
Honey, now you're being a little loud. Oh, sorry.
Okay, we are back. So, here is what happens. Hannah says,
Okay.
Hannah looks at you and she gives a small nod and she holds out her hands for you to cut the bonds.
Okay. And so I think at this point, she shoulders the rifle, and I think she shoulders it across so it's secure.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's safe, and then I think she also calls out to the runts. It's like, safety's on, weapons out, weapons away, cutting them loose. So I think she signals it out. She pulls out a knife and cuts the bonds.
Okay, declare a knife, a blade or two
Yep.
on your pilot load.
Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, blade or two. So let me look at the load. Okay.
It's the very first item on the standard pilot gear.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And what's your pilot load?
Medium. I haven't declared, but I was gonna go with medium to begin with. I
Okay.
neglected. That was my mistake.
All right. So you cut her loose, and she gestures for the burden to gather round.
Yep.
And they.
I have them line up single file. I cut them. I set them loose. I just don't want to like be in the middle of a mob of them when they, but like I'm not worried about that. I think just keeping things nice and orderly.
Yep. Okay, so they're like rubbing their wrists and looking at each other, and then they look to Hannah. And Hannah says to you, "Be seeing ya." And they start walking across the yard towards the other side of it. And then one of the runts says, "This is fucked," and just starts unloading into the burden.
No. Oh, okay. I wanna. How? What would I resist that?
Yeah, this is the consequence.
Okay. I would like to resist it. I'd like to just see them going for that, and well, I guess I gotta roll first, don't I?
Well, no, just describe what you want to do.
I want to fucking. What's the word for it? It's not a pistol if it's a rifle.
Rifle butt?
I want to rifle butt the kid. Like, no.
Okay. Is that... I don't know if that's prowess. I think that's probably insight. Spotting it before it happens.
Okay. So that would be 2d6. Come on. 4.
4. So you take 2 stress.
Oh no, that's scarred out.
Alright. So, think about whether or not you want to take a scar or a dire action. But you do stop it. He pulls his gun and he's going to shoot. Then you rifle butt him and the shot goes wide and just like puffs against the ground and the snow. And the bird and like they take cover behind like stalls and buses, and they start to scatter. And everyone's sort of like looking around, unsure what to do. The guy you butted, he looks pissed, but he doesn't turn his gun on you. Joe like gets between the two of you and puts his hand on this guy's wrists and pushes, like, just keeps his hands down. And
Okay.
Hannah calls out from behind one of the buses, "Are we good?"
I think at this point, Riza was kind of halfway to raising a rifle to like threaten the kid down with the rifle, and I think that's visible.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna look at the guy, look over to Hannah, look at Joe, look back at Hannah. We're good. She's gonna lower her rifle, keep her eye on the kid.
Okay. So one of the jackets that or the jacket that Hannah was wearing, like, poked its way out from behind the bus she was hiding behind. And when no gunfire lights it up, she, like, comes out and puts it on. And they leave. They are in the wind now.
Let's get out of here, guys. And we're gonna rendezvous with the rest of them.
Okay. So, Dredge and Pitchfork, what have you two been up to while Tower and Scarecrow did this prisoner not so much a transfer?
Well, we have a cousin to find, don't we?
Sure do. Now that it's snowing, I would think it would be easier to find people that are going to a place with hot food.
That's a very good point.
I think that would be our best option. Just like follow some people that look like they're hungry and going to somewhere warm. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a gather information roll. Do either of you come from a low income background, do you feel?
No.
I mean, Pitchfork, but in the sense of like in the boonies, not like in the city, which is a different situation. So I don't know if it's directly helpful here.
Well, it's not a matter of like leveraging it openly,
Yeah.
but are you, like, does Pitchfork see herself as coming from like a poor background?
Yeah, I mean, like, all the orphans were, right? And then the reason they went into the military, obviously, or like they were drafted, and like, you know, it's money.
Okay.
So it's a way up.
So, Pitchfork, you activate the Kingstown special rule, which is that Kingstown looks out for its own and those who have struggled share what they can. If you come from an impoverished background, take +1 die on consort, gather information, and acquire asset rolls within Kingstown.
Shit. Okay. Whew.
So, what do you do?
I was either going to roll a hunt or a survey, because I'm thinking through this, like, it's either like observing people, like, in general, like watching where groups of people are going, like where likely places for this thing might be, or it's specifically following one person as a hunt. How do we feel, Sasha?
I apologize, I speak out entirely. Can you repeat?
Do you think Dredge is more inclined to do a hunt, as in like follow one person who I think, like, follow one person over a great distance to this place, or a survey as more of an observation of the people at large?
I think it's more of a survey. I think if we were gonna do a hunt, it would be like, hey, where do we get food? And not so much a, like, stalking this person, this complete rando for miles. Yeah, I think, and also Dredge is not in a mood to be talking to people, so it would probably be, you know, getting the sort of vibe of where people are headed, rather than,
So I think a group survey then.
Okay.
Is this an action roll or a fortune roll? Gather information.
This will be a. This will. Yeah, this will be a fortune roll.
Okay.
probably smarter to do on your own because I have 0 in survey.
Oh, well, look at that.
Hey!
That's a 6. Well done. Okay, yeah. I guess it's probably approaching a meal time, probably lunch. I'd think y'all had a very busy morning.
Oh, we sure did.
You find that there is the school that you had as a suspected, one of the places that was suspected of being the safe house for the Rubble Runts. The cafeteria there is open to everyone. While the kids are in the classes, as much as they can have them, the cafeteria has been reimagined as a soup kitchen. And so there's a fair-sized group of people who are getting their food here. Just stew made from whatever vegetables and proteins that have been saved from the fall, because Kingstown is rife with reclaimed gardens, as much as it can be. What do you two do? Also, to be clear, you two stand out big time. You know, like, I don't know what.
She's wearing some expensive and very tailored stuff.
Plus the mask.
Also, the mask is.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I picture Dredge's outfits, I picture something like, basically like a bleached version of like a Matador costume. With like all the frills and stuff.
Oh, buck wild. Cora's working today. So it's probably more like, you know, Undertaker black, and gold. You know, like Undertakers wear.
As they do.
As you do. But yeah, it's very funny because Dredge is flat broke right now. But Ko's not like I don't know. Ko is looking around and being like, I'm not I can get food later. I'll just wait.
I'm getting food. I'm starving. Fucking my food.
What's Pitchfork wearing?
Have I talked about this before? I think like really, like, they're simple, like, serviceable clothes, right? Did I describe it? Outfit practical, I guess is what it says. So I assume, like, pants with lots of pockets. They're probably like, you know, like hiking pants that are like that breathable material.
I think you have described Pitchfork as wearing like cargo pants and like a army jacket or something similar in the past.
Yeah.
I like how my brain goes, yeah, Scarecrow without the plug suit.
Yeah.
Oof. What's the AR like in this space? What's the Wi-Fi password?
So the AR in this space is extremely limited. There's not a lot going on here. It looks like what you can see. I'm going to say that it probably reads like an amputation. Like a lot of spots where there were apps or proxies that would have been present, and then when this place was abandoned essentially to the pores, the company owners, cut off the internet access and cut off the it's not been kept up. There's still some AR presence because people have been reclaiming, chunks of it as best they can, just like they've been retapping into the power grid of the city. So there's some electricity in this neighborhood.
You say?
Yes, an amputation. Absolutely.
Bye.
Absolutely.
I'm leaving this call. Bye.
Your loss.
How could you do this to me?
All right.
Wounds.
I think right now pitchforks clothes are probably messy after what just happened. I think they're usually fairly clean though. Get some food. I'm gonna sit down. I'm going to talk to people, probably. Like try to.
Yeah, okay. What are you trying to ask them about? Who are you trying to approach?
So Margrave Elreth is. Do we have like a picture?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
we
did have a
file
picture.
on them. Pretty sure.
Do we just want to go around? Have you seen this person? Is that bad? Is that bad?
That's probably bad.
I mean, there are worse tactics.
Yeah, I don't think Pitchfork does this much, so I don't think she really has any better ideas.
Also, sorry, are we here or are we still dealing with the shit show?
I think you two are on your way towards this soup kitchen, but you're not here yet.
Alright.
I mean, we wouldn't be the first people going around looking for misplaced people.
True.
So, I mean, it probably will read better with you doing it than me. Because I look like a rich asshole right now. I'm gonna tap into. I'm just gonna find sort of a corner and tap into the AR here and get a little bit logged on for a little while. So,
Are you essentially just sort of abandoning Pitchfork to her own?
good luck, bud. And I pat you on the shoulder. I believe in you. You can do this.
So what's Dredge doing on the limited AR that's here?
Well, what's here?
Oh, I think that there's definitely like closed off AR menus. There's definitely like cooking assistant apps in the kitchen that are amputated, so to speak. Let's see, what else would be in a school cafeteria? Oh, there are advertisements. There's probably definitely like what's that detective dog? Officer McGruff or something like that? The one that they put in schools to be like, narc on your friends, kids, right?
Oh my god.
So there's
Take a bite out of crime or whatever.
yeah, that one.
No
Take a bite out of
comrades.
crime.
To the state.
Yeah, so
How McGruff the crime dog talks in my head. I never had McGruff in my fucking school.
Is that a thing in Canada?
we had the safety elephant, Ray.
Yes, we did. Oh my god, the safety elephant.
Um,
I haven't thought about that thing in years.
So yeah,
Shit.
there's definitely this like cartoony ass app that has had its like projector turned off that is just there to like provide safety tips to students and to function as like a helper slash panopticon. Like, you know, they expect students to go up to him and be like, my friend stole a pencil from Jenny. What should I do, Officer McGruff? And the dog says, well, you should probably tell your teacher. And meanwhile, the principal's already been informed.
That's great. Shoving aliens love narcs.
McGruff need ID numbers to process your feelings.
Well, I think that the initial investigation was, you know, well-meaning, but I get incredibly distracted feeding inputs to this narc dog.
Okay. Well, what do you mean by inputs?
Just being like, I don't know, the shit that you do with an AI, right? Like modern day, like when you go and talk to BrainBot or whatever, just sort of.
You're just chatbotting this.
I'm just chatbotting it, yeah.
An Eldritch Horror talking to a big cartoon talking dog.
Oh, well, to be clear, the projector's like disconnected and probably been salvaged, but of course you've got the gear to interact with it.
I do.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So, are you just like standing there, like staring at where the projector used to be, pretty much?
Is the crime dog like, no one's reported any crime to me in a while?
Yeah, it's probably gone a little weird from being not interacted with, as apps have a tendency to do when they're not maintained.
I'm gonna adopt this idiot, aren't I?
Remember, if you see something, say something. Hello.
I mean, you know, we've got our app army.
So,
Always new people.
I could use a front desk.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing how this is gonna end up. It's gonna end up being that fucking scene in Return of the King, except instead of the Ghost King, it's gonna be McGruff the Ghost Crime Dog.
Bad. Curse.
Anyway, I did.
so in the meantime, Pitchfork, what are you up to while Dredge is staring at a wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat first. That is, I've had a day. I need this food. It is cold out.
Yeah, it's a passable stew served over bread. It's, you know, it's not fancy, that's for sure, and it's not like got much in the way of spice or salt, but it's nutrition.
And then I'm going to start asking around. I bet they have like a trash bag on like a doorknob or something hung up somewhere. The people are, you know, like everyone has to go to the trash bag, you know? Like hang out around there, ask people coming up like if you've seen this person.
I don't know necessarily that there would be a trash bag, but there's definitely like a place to drop off their dishes.
Oh right, yeah, because they're.
Yeah. So you hang around there and you're just talking to people, showing them the picture. Have you seen this person?
Yeah, I don't think she has the capacity to think of anything else right now.
Okay, what do you want to roll?
Probably something I don't have points in, I think. Consort?
That sounds right.
Yeah, let's roll that.
Okay, you get +1 die because you
that's
come from a poor background.
Is this an action roll?
This. Yeah, it's your controlled standard though.
Okay. Sort. Make it 1. Hey.
That's a 5. Okay. So the consequence is that while you are talking to someone, so you're talking to someone, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that guy. Now where was he? I'm trying to remember. I think I remember." And then that's when Scarecrow, Tower, and the Runts arrive.
Yay!
And like everyone like basically stops and looks at them since they're armed.
Scarecrow's getting in line.
So this does add 2 ticks to the Find Elreth clock. Oops, that's accidentally 3. And the woman just sort of she sort of I think Joe like waves at you, Pitchfork, when they arrive. And the woman like looks between the two of you, and she like quickly puts her dishes down and like pulls her shawl tighter around her face, and she's like, I think I saw him signing up with one of the off-roaders in the yard, and like quickly walks away from you.
Oh shit, okay. So that means we need to move fast.
Okay. Are we? I guess we're going to the yard,
I just thought of the worst possible outcome.
or with the
Oops.
labor camp, I guess. Yeah, the worst possible outcome was he was in one of those tumults.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Always a
Yeah.
possibility.
Yay! Fuck.
Just an absolute fulcrum of
vocalize-
chaos over here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a talk when we get back.
That's fine.
Okay.
One or two people go check those down mechs, and then the rest of us should go to the labor camp.
All right, Dredge, let's go.
All right.
I'll show you where they are.
All right.
I'm gonna pocket that AR if I can.
You want to try and take the app with you?
Yes.
What do you want to
It's
roll
not
for this?
Fuck off. I'm sorry, that was really rude. I'm just like,
That's okay.
I mean, I have the thing where I can just do anything. I can talk to an AR in any possible way. I don't need interface. So, but I do have one in consort and one in sway. It's probably a sway.
So what are you doing?
I am saying, that it's. I think I'm sort of gently pointing out its the breaks in its code and its lack of maintenance, and being like, hey, everyone click. You should come down and we can see to you a bit better, and then you'll be, right as rain, back fighting crime. And that's a sway.
Okay.
A sway.
Yeah, this'll be controlled standard.
So glad. Okay. Controlled standard. So 1 die. 4.
That's a 4. So it kind of you realize that you can take this app with you, but it is, as I said, it's a cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you take it with you, the Myriad's not going to be happy because of the fact that it is going to leak something eventually. It's one trust lost.
No, it's a point. Okay. Well, I give it a very fond goodbye. Continue to be the worst possible narc. Here, I believe in your abilities.
Thanks, student.
Okay. Yeah, let's go see some bodies.
All right, Tower, Pitchfork, the two of you are going back to the yard.
Oh, I was actually thinking the work camp.
Oh, you just want to go right to the work camp in the Broken Bank?
Yeah, I kind of assumed that that's where he would end up if he was already seen signing up there. Like,
Yeah, I think if you're planning on doing that, then I'd probably go with you, only because Tower knows their way around the Broken Bank really well.
Okay. All right. Sasha, could you kindly mark where the clinic is? It'll be somewhere in this southern, across the river section of the city.
Yeah, I feel like we had an idea of where it was. I just don't remember. Can I just like pick a spot and then?
Yeah, you can just pick a spot.
Okay. So rough draft. Let's say it's here. This little group of buildings here.
Okay. All right, where is? Yeah. So this is the Twinler and Red campus, so to speak. Actually, hold on. It should actually probably be larger than that. Yeah. This whole section is the Twinler and Red campus, which is where they have the March of Saints have set up. So, oh, this isn't even on the screen on the stream. There we go. Yeah, it's a multi-building campus. It's for like a whole conversation. Sasha.
No, I just got it. That's terrible.
Sasha, describe what you said in chat.
Confess to your crimes.
I said it in chat so it wouldn't be canon.
No.
The clinic, I typed the clinic is called Our House, our house in the middle of the street. This is non-canonical.
All right.
Sasha is an internet criminal.
So we have the location of the Twinler and Red campus. It is quite a ways from Kingstown. So how do the two of you want to try and get there?
I know my way around pretty well. Like, I mean, I worked there for like... Oh. Would I not be able to just sort of pick my way through the area?
Oh, yeah, this is not a matter of, like, finding your way there. This is a matter of getting there, because, as a reminder, the Broken Bank is full of rampant proxies and apps, and
Hey.
also criminals and terrorists and freedom fighters.
I'm sneaky. Sneaky boy, I just...
So, are you planning on going on foot?
Can I ask how much stress it would be, to do a flashback and get the mantis in?
I honestly think it would probably be a 0 stress flashback.
Yay!
Because you had lots of opportunity to like you haven't put it somewhere unusual, right? You can just call it in by. It'll be 0 stress if you declare remote vehicle control.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
That's
I'm
probably.
not gonna lie, I played through the entire Arkham series semi-recently, so I'm just picturing the fucking drop pods that's in every fucking game in that series.
Wait, shit. Never mind.
What?
I don't have any load
Oh,
left.
that's right. You don't have any load.
Fuck.
Right.
So in that case, it will be 1 stress to have left it somewhere in a pre-prepared position.
Should I do it? It'll give me 1 tick away from.
I have to be on foot, so that's your call.
I feel like I'm gonna be better on foot. I'll leave it.
Okay. So the two of you are going on foot across most of the broken bank.
Yeah. we sure
Yay!
are.
We're making good choices.
Listen.
Go ahead and get y'all some little bindles.
I wanna help here. At least with the AR, if not with, everything else. I don't know if because I have declared absolutely no load. Well, I have medium checked off, but I haven't spent any of this. So I want to lend something. Is it? I have intrusion countermeasure electronics, which is just free for me, but I can declare it to give it to someone else.
I mean, I think both of us can just declare that because that's also free for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll manage somehow.
Figure it out.
Yeah. We'll live.
To be clear, the intrusion countermeasure that was changed at some point to program, but that is like to stop someone from hacking a device. It is not like a force field against the AR. That is a specific item to the hacker.
Right. Portable exclusion zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are walking on foot across the broken bank. So I think the bridge is... No, actually, hold on. Before I describe the state of the bridge, what do you want to roll?
Prowl.
Also, I think I actually need to start a clock for the two of you to get across the broken bank on foot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because...
Prowl sounds right.
Yeah.
Because, the broken bank is no joke. Journey, we shall call it.
Yay.
Prowl it is.
Okay, this is probably a group prowl action, right?
Yep.
So who's the leader?
I've got 3 in prowl, even though it's be reduced effect and -1d because I've got a broken rib
Oh, tower.
and I am peppered and grazed.
I mean, you do probably know the broken bank
Yeah.
better, so
That makes sense.
yeah.
All right, this will be risky standard.
Mm-hmm.
So risky limited. Can I trade risky for desperate and limited for standard?
Yep.
And take an extra die?
Because of your ability, yep.
Yep. So that's back up to 3d6. I'm making a good choice.
Good.
And so wait, hold on. How do you make this desperate?
I think I just like I think I end up taking us through way riskier routes. Like normally I'd be able to like find sort of like I think I would know places where the bar would have set up and like I'd be able to take us through there, but because I'm just like, you know, got a fucking broken rib and I'm raised and peppered like a good steak.
Ugh.
I'm just absolutely
Okay.
I'm just absolutely like just dead. So yeah, I'm making good choices here.
All right. So
Desperate standard, 3 dice.
and you're rolling risky standard pitchfork.
6.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
And that's another 6.
That's another 6. It's too bad you don't have the
Synchronized. Yeah, synchronized.
yeah.
That's a shame. Oh well. At least no one takes any stress. We
That
did it.
yeah, that is true. Okay, so that adds 2 ticks to the journey clock. You are halfway to the March of Saints camp.
Yay.
So
So we're like around here-ish?
yeah,
or-
probably.
Cool. Cool.
So yeah, you get to the bridge and there's you can tell that there's like defensive positions set up on this side of the bridge, both for those who want to cross on your end and those who might be coming across the bridge. But there's no one guarding here for whatever reason. You got lucky. And you get across the bridge, and once you're here, you're reminded that while Kingstown is rough and dilapidated, it's not a literal ruin. At least until you four got there with your AVs. But the Broken Bank is just a smashed mess. There are so few intact buildings from the bombings and the AV battles and the long-range missile fire and the house-to-house combat that undoubtedly happened in this area. And despite your riskier pathways you've taken, you managed to avoid those who look to ambush the people who pass through here, and likewise you've managed to skirt the worst of the rampant apps. I think you see there, I think at some point you like are about to go around a corner and then you hear the crackle of electricity and you look and there is like a very badly charred dead body on the floor that is being repeatedly zapped by an app telling the dead body that they should purchase this electrolysis workout device.
Oh my god.
And it's just like pulling the electricity from like a power grid that is still active, and it's just repeatedly zapping this corpse.
What the fuck,
Try this free
Austin?
sample. Try this free sample.
Yeah, basically.
Your limbs will move themselves.
But you know, you two avoid that, no problem.
Yep.
Gross.
Well done, us.
Yay. Yay, us. Oh, that's a bad mental image.
I like how I think that's the grisliest thing in this whole session.
Yeah.
So
Listen, we didn't execute them.
speaking of Grizzly, Dredge and Scarecrow, you go to check the Tybalts, yes?
Yep.
Okay. So there's the two outside of the department store with the that are torn up, and then there's the other one the next street over.
Yep.
How are you checking on the cockpits?
Oh, I miss my mech.
Well, we still have access to the arquebus here. We haven't disposed of it yet, so we can use that to crack them open if we need to.
You just left it, right? By the department store?
Yeah.
We should probably figure out what we did. If we want to trash it, we can trash it.
I mean,
We did
here...
talk about trashing it, to be fair.
Okay. Flash...
But also, to be fair, we just talked about it, so, like, whatever.
You can okay, here's what I'll say. You can have a fortune roll, or you can declare a flashback for what you did, which will be 1 stress.
I'm stressed out. I need to declare scars later, I think.
Oh yeah, right. You are maxed out. You need to
Are
decide.
you here, then?
Yeah, that's a good question. Or do you disappear off somewhere? Yeah, I think that was the end of the scene. Yeah, so you're gone, Scarecrow. At what point did you just, like, call it quits?
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think she disappeared at the soup kitchen then. I think, like, showing up for the meal and just, like, I think you guys could tell something was off. And then she guys left. And I think what you get there, Dredge, is you just get the coordinates and Scarecrow never shows.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay,
And
well...
you know what? Here. I've got a great idea.
Uh-huh.
So here's, I think, kind of a flashback how I think Scarecrow would have handled it.
Mhm.
The arquebus. I think what she would have done, in practical terms, would be to, like, basically go into the cockpit and remove some easily replaceable components and take those with her as, like, a shitty key. And so I think she actually takes the arquebusier to fuck off, and I think she just kind of smash it into some walls, let out some stress.
Oh, great. Good. That's a great thing to do in Kingstown.
Well, not in Kingstown. I think I don't know. Like, it just, like, the arquebusier will be gone.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And so will Scarecrow.
Well, I can get rid of that clock.
Does that work for you, Austin?
Yeah, you go joyriding in the arquebusier. All right, so Dredge, you show up to these 3 Tybalts. Scarecrow, you wait around for a while, and Scarecrow's nowhere to be found.
It's time to get to work. The great thing about this outfit is that it is my work outfit, so it is stain resistant, so this should be fine. Yeah, so the things, I guess, fuck. I need to get, alright, so what I need to do is I need to get into the cockpits and then ID the bodies, which I can do
Yeah,
with
one of
Docker.
them was out of their cockpit. That one is very easily, well, identifiable is the wrong word, but
I mean, you laid out all the information, so like you set up a crime scene for me. Like, this is
Yeah.
baby steps. So I'll check that one first. Why not?
Okay, so this is a gather information roll. What do you want to roll for it?
I'm not good at looking at stuff. I guess an engineer? Or no, a study. This is a study. I'm sorry. I am.
Okay.
actually, I have an argument to make for
Sure, yeah.
engineering. One thing, because especially in the case of Sundown, since I'm pretty sure she is meat paste. One thing you might pull is, like, FOF tags from the mechs to get call signs or identifiers, as in addition to the bodies.
Yeah, that sounds well. Yeah. I think that's right. There's definitely a protocol for that I know. So yeah, thank you. That's a good call. So that's 2-6 for engineer. I'm going to take a a drawback from that, I think, because of burned, because this is the second time the squad mate has bailed on me.
Okay.
And that does not feel super good. And I think that I am distracted as a result.
So this will be controlled standard, but you'll be getting a consequence because of burned.
Okay. So, engineer. Controlled. Standard. 2 dice. It's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay. What might this consequence be? Let's see. Does anyone have any suggestions? Oops, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that it necessarily. It's not great, but like, just. I don't know, like I'm not 100% on it, but like, yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry. I actually have an idea now. You will take a level 1 harm.
Okay.
You good with that? To succeed?
Yep.
Okay. So, you go through the first... this is going to be for both of them, to be clear.
Okay.
So, yeah, you check the first one. And it is... let's see. Who is it? Sister River.
Okay.
Was in the first one. And the second one was Sister Sloop.
Good name.
So neither of them is Margrave Elreth. While you are getting out of the second cockpit, a gunshot rings out and skims your calf. So take the level 1 harm grazed.
Okay. It's time to duck behind some cover, I think.
So do you run for cover or do you hide in the cockpit?
I'm gonna hide in the cockpit. That's much closer.
Okay, so you hide in the cockpit. And a familiar voice calls out to you and says, well, how about that? Dredge, I think it might be time to pay you back for taking me and my people captive earlier today. It's Hannah Copeland.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Actually, a better result than I thought, so that's great.
What did you think it was going to
It's
be?
fine. I'm not telling you the
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay with this situation on a meta level because this really helps me with my scar.
Good.
Yeah. So a assault rifle barrel points in through the cockpit and Hannah's holding it aimed at you and says, well, off-worlder, ready to go to the labor camp? This is the desperate consequence from way back when.
Oh no. That's so mean.
Oh boy.
I think we're going to end the session there, though.
Oh, it's a good place to end. Fuck.
Fuck. Can't believe we're being bullied like this.
I can. I can fully believe we're being bullied like this.
So much. So much.
So good. This is the best first date.
So, let's do XP. Alright. Tower, did you address the challenge with stealth or evasion?
Kinda. I didn't roll once this session.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Did I? Oh, yes, I did. I rolled a prowl.
Yeah, so take that 1 XP, because
So,
you got...
yeah.
You, getting a pitchfork in yourself halfway through the broken bank.
Okay, that fills up my prowess.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
I used my knowledge of the broken bank to get us through.
Yeah, take another XP. And did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
I wouldn't say struggled, but I definitely confirmed some. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, tell me about it.
I mean, you know, I think there was a little bit of confirmation on my stuff with Riza about her being, you know, the whole nice is different than good kind of thing. I think Aura's gonna have a talk when they get back.
Riza's gonna have a talk with everyone.
Just lots of talking. I mean, y'all need to cut loose, so...
Riza doesn't.
That's true. Okay. I think I'll give you 1 XP for that, because you, like, clandestinely followed Scarecrow as she was leading the burden to make sure that she wasn't just going to pop them all.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past her.
You wound me.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a point. I'll discuss it off air now.
Okay. So, Scarecrow, did you address a challenge with tracking or violence?
Yes, I did.
Yep. Okay. Win.
When I jumped out of a building firing down into the streets.
Okay. Take the 1 XP. I just wasn't sure if there was another instance.
I mean, I hit a kid with a rifle.
That was to prevent further. Like, I get it, but like, you didn't kill the bird. I feel like that means something.
Physical violence I inflicted to solve a problem.
Yeah, I think you'll just get the 1 XP for this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
History, yes. A lot of Jovo coming out today.
Yeah. Okay.
Very military brat.
Take the 1 XP. And did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or character?
I think so, because I think she was very much in conflict with the kind of group consensus regarding the prisoners. And she experienced furthermore by following with everyone else's thing, like, her belief was like, we need to get rid of them. This is the simplest, cleanest way. She's like, okay, you guys want to do this convoluted plan? Fine, I'll go along with it. And there was the situation she got a scar out of this, basically.
Yeah, your belief with Dredge is Ko's going to get me killed. I shouldn't listen to Core blindly, and I think that that applies. So yeah. Take an XP for that. Speaking of Core,
Hi.
yeah, did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
What happened this session? Maybe?
You get 1 for for identifying the bodies of the Tybalt
Okay.
pilots.
Is the extremely convoluted plan to sleeper cell the burden into manual labor? Does that count?
I mean, that was addressing the challenge of what to do with the prisoners more so. So I don't, and that wasn't exactly mayhem or
That's
technical skill, so I don't think that would apply. If you'd managed to pull it off and like get them inserted into the work camp, then sure.
Alright, yeah, that tracks.
But as it stands,
Yeah.
you know, that went well.
You spin a lot of plates and nothing falls. It's fine.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
History, tragedy, or opening? No. Other than, I don't know. No, not really.
Okay. Did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
Oh yes. logged on and burned. Both came up this session.
Yeah, so take 2 XP for those. God. Thank you for
Monetize your baggage.
thank you for handing me that that burned. By the way, having the runs show back up was mwah.
Happy to help.
Sorry.
Pitch
Austin made me do it.
Pitchfork, did you address a challenge with piloting or violence?
I don't think I did today.
No, I don't think you did either. You're pretty peaceful this session. You worked very hard to avoid addressing a challenge with violence. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
I think the part where I was talking with Hannah, and then like labor is my history.
Yeah, being farm poor as opposed to city poor, blending in.
Yeah, so take an XP for that. And did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
I brought up soft. I was talking through it. I don't know how much of a struggle that was actually. I did also bring up my belief in Riza, which there was some disagreement there, I guess, but I don't know if it was necessarily a struggle.
I'll give you an XP for that. I mean, there were choices you did not make because you did not want to become Scarecrow.
That is true. That is extremely true.
Like, I'm not saying it was the right choice or a good choice, but executing the burden was definitely the easy one.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, so now for squad XP. Sasha, if you could keep track of that, that would be appreciated. Did you execute a successful delivery or acquire new clients or contraband sources?
Successful.
No.
We
We definitely didn't execute a successful delivery. That didn't happen.
No, but it could have, which is wild.
Choices were made.
Love to trade in prison slave labor. So,
Lovely.
So slaves, what you offered him was slaves.
so did you face off against challengers above your pay grade? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, take 2 XP.
Love to.
Did you bolster your squad's reputation or develop a new one?
Merciful
And duplicitous.
and duplicitous.
Yay!
Yep.
We really
I
need to
feel
talk
like
about these
yes
floating
on both
vehicles.
counts.
Yeah. So take another 2 XP.
You never know what you're gonna get when you encounter the fucking Cenotaph. Really could be anything.
Y'all,
God.
we have 3 floating advances. We really need to talk about this.
Like we do.
We need to have this discussion.
Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the squad?
Yeah.
We did some rooting around
Indecision.
dead pilots' cockpits. Cockpits. We tried to help. An
We
app.
were duplicitous.
We did try to help an app.
You also definitely struggled with the inner conflict of what to do with the burden and Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck, Risa?
Is that another 2?
That's another 2.
Yeah.
That's another upgrade, y'all.
In the conflict.
Y'all, we
what
need to talk about this.
Yeah.
That's how many.
Coming soon to the Hallmark
Listen,
channel.
I'm
We
going
need to talk
to-
about Riza.
Yeah. Well, let's put that in the Discord channel.
Okay. Yeah. That's how many floating advances now? Is that?
That's
3.
That's 3. Okay.
We're good at this.
Yeah. All
We
right.
need to, like, talk about this.
Also, I think the longest mission we've had.
Oh yeah,
Very long.
This is
easily.
by far.
You're gonna go into the 4th. I mean, that's because it's 2 missions,
It is 2 missions.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all of the rules stuff out of the way. That's all the XP gained. Look at all that XP you got, and all those levels you need to spend.
Yeah. Do I need to declare my scar now?
No, you can think about it before the next session would be nice. Because
Well, we can talk about this off air.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
some ideas.
yeah. Whew. Okay, so thank you everyone so much for joining us in this prisoner-filled session of Beam Saber. I'm Austin Ramsey. I have been your host and GM for this evening.
Sorry.
I am also the creator of Beam Saber. You can find the rules for that at tinyurl.com/beamsaber. And you can, if you'd like to financially support the game's development, you can do so at patreon.com/AUSTINRAMSAY. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at NotAnIn. As always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast focused on obscure table... Oh, boy. Sorry, I got screwed up because I almost went into the Friends at the Table spiel.
Powerful.
Austin's bleeding into each other, and like the GM brain that you share.
What happens when they do the fusion dance?
Getting some
I
problems.
need to know.
Austin.
I need to know.
Bad. So yes, You Don't Meet in It is an tabletop role podcast focusing on obscure tabletop role-playing games. Focusing on...
Right? Unfucking believable.
Forget it. It's on iTunes. Go find it yourself. It's a good show. We've got almost 200 episodes. It's been going for 4 years.
Fuck. Damn.
Just do your spiel. I'm out.
Hey guys, I'm Jess, the artist formerly known as Doc. You guys can follow me on Twitter and twitch.tv at DoubleDocMD. I stream video games 5 days a week. Tonight I'm probably buying myself RE2 for my birthday and streaming that. That'll be fun. And my podcast is The Movie Morgue, the movie autopsy podcast. We dissect films. We just did an episode on The Matrix and the Trans Allegory and the Gnostic Prison of Truth. There's a lot going on there. That's at Movie Morguecast. That's me. And thank you guys. It's good to be me.
Quick question. Have you ever covered a movie about autopsies?
We should do that. If you can name one, you're coming on the podcast.
I mean, there's got to be some crime movie thing. I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
Okay, The Bone Collector.
There we
Boom.
go.
Done.
Actually, that was the first one that popped in my mind, but I was like, I don't actually know if there's autopsies in that, because I've never seen it.
They do pull out a corpse in the Baywatch remake
Anyways,
and look at it. Yep.
That's
Uh-huh.
such a weird bulk What?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
Listening?
No, I can't talk about this right now. I can't derail this anymore.
okay. Ray, save us.
I'm sorry for destroying your outro.
Look, it was already ruined.
Okay, no, but I just final knife. I've been Ray. You can find me on Twitter at RayRayTheGayGay. Yeah, my deepest apologies.
That is quite the outro. Thank you. Sasha, your turn.
Ray, never apologize for art. I've been Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Renell. You can follow my game dev stuff at tcabbage.
Thank you. And Takuma.
Hey, I am Takuma. You can find me on Twitter at Takuma_Okada_. I am also currently rebranding everything except my Twitter to No Road Home, so my itch is now noroadhome.itch.io, and my SoundCloud,
Oh, I love that.
where I
That's
do
so
music,
good.
is
That's so good.
it's, I'm glad I settled on a name, but soundcloud.com/noroadhome, which was the first thing that had that name for a couple of years now. So music there, games on itch. Find me on the internets.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, audience, for watching. And before we go, I just want to remind everyone, fight the war and not the soldiers. See you later.